We are back. It's
Yep,
WrestleMania
yep,
weekend.
yep.
WrestleMania night one's in the books.
Yes, it is.
What's your overall thoughts of the night? Uh-oh.
All I'll say is, and I went back and watched some more this morning
Mhm.
just to make sure, because I did go over to shout out to my boy Sheldon. He invited me over to his house, so I went over and watched it at his house.
Okay.
Um, and hold on, and I will say this. I'm gonna just go out. I said I watched it again this morning.
Mm.
The main event saved night one. The main
Mm.
event saved night one. I ain't gonna say it was predictable, but it was night one was somewhat predictable.
Mm.
Um well, they had a lot of stuff happen. Um Shout out to it was a lot of representation early in the main event. I mean, not in the main event in night one with Usos going on. I mean, with Jay winning, which everybody kind of know.
Mm.
A lot of people were disappointed. Well, I ain't gonna say disappointed. A lot of people were questioning the way that he won.
A
But if you
lot,
remember
a
the
lot of people mad.
storyline, yeah, a lot of people was mad the way that he won. Um, but you gotta remember he choked out his brother, and that was what the lasting thing we remember. So I'm guessing they played off of that with the Tripp played off of that with the ending of that match because he choked out his brother. But to see Gunther tap out, it in a way you could say it made him look weak, but that's just my take. You could say that, I looked at it again and rewatched it, was like, yeah, to each his own. Of course, I still say the main event saved day night one.
Mm.
You like Big E said too on the after show. Everybody wanted Solo to be the man, but Jacob, it just happened. It was just naturally there. Shout out to Jacob, he deserved a title. I'm gonna be all over the place on my thoughts because I had it all down, but then I'm just gonna be all over the place. But uh, that Vegas crowd, man, I couldn't tell if they were into it. They were into certain people, but it felt like certain matches they weren't into. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't know if that's because they priced out the hardcore. I mean, I ain't gonna get into that because everybody, you can see everybody was in the crowd. It was,
Mm-hmm.
some people there. They had to be fans because they paid all that money to be there. So
Mm-hmm.
they had to be somewhat of a fan. But you can see like the three rows behind the announcer's table and even camera side, those seem like celebrity row. It just seemed like all the celebrities that either got the invite or, for social media purposes. But I noticed that in the card. And then Tiffany and Charlotte got a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Um, Jade and Naomi got a little sloppy. Jade was doing a lot of talking in there. Um, and I did like the what's Chad Gable's alter ego.
What El Grande Americano.
Grande Americano. Shout out to him. I like a good heel win.
They beat Ray Phoenix. I don't like that, man. Nah, man. Nah. I ain't
But I
going
mean,
for
you
that.
had to give. Well, you didn't have
Mm-mm.
to give, but Chad been there for a while,
I don't
and you
care.
finally got to give him a mania moment. So
Man. Well, he's not Chad. He's El Grande Americano,
the
man.
tattoo on the back of his neck tells me that he's Chad Gable behind the mask.
Man.
Um, and I'm trying to think
They should
what
have had
else.
Dragon Lee fill in for Rey Mysterio instead of Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, because that's crazy. Ray ain't even been there a month yet, and he was already on the Mania
Mm,
card.
mm, mm, mm,
That's crazy.
mm.
And I'm trying to think of what else that's kind of stood out to me, but we can go in
Yeah, yeah.
into
We,
each one.
we can start first match. Jey Uso versus Gunther for the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Jey Uso came through. That was a long walk trying to get to the ring,
Yeah,
boy.
it was. It really was.
um, it was an okay match.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Triple H said it. Well, he might not be the best. Remember, Triple H said that earlier. Yeah, he might not be the best, but the fans love him. So,
Yeah, he's top three in merchandise sales. He moves the needle. According to Paul Heyman, people watch him when he's on television. Ratings spike up. when he's on television. So they
Yeah.
went with the guy. And I was trying to pull up the list of all of the before we got on
Hmm.
of all the people that have won um all the people that have won at WrestleMania, and I still searching for that list. So I'll try to as we keep going, but go ahead.
Hmm. Yeah. So Jay, he won the title. He defended his brother's honor and he
Yep.
choked out Gunther. A lot
Yep.
of people were upset about that.
Yeah.
I think he got more dislikes than likes on YouTube.
I did see that. I did see that.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Uso.
Yeah, shout out to Jay because, like I said, we called it. We said he was going to win it.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty much everybody seen that.
Yeah, it was just for me the way that he win it, and then like I said, if you go back in Gunther's reign, you know they had that mishap with Randy Orton, and
Hmm.
it's like, well, if he beat Randy, but he can't beat Jay Uso, now you're like, wait, what? Like, hold on, if you go back and look at it, but like I said personally earlier, I think it do make Gunther look a little weak. I'm pretty sure probably Backlash he'll go for
Rematch.
another a rematch and then figure it out from there.
Yeah. I don't think Jay gonna have a long title run.
And that's what we were talking about too. We feel like Jay gonna be like Cody, where he's always one of the ones that it's better for him to chase the title than
Mhm.
him to actually have the title. I feel like Jay gonna be in
Yeah.
that same category as well.
Yep. Next match: New Day versus the War Raiders. The New Day once again are tag team champions.
And listen, you talking about one of the biggest New Day supporters.
Yeah.
I still got the T-shirt.
Yeah.
I still got the fake box that came with
Yeah.
the T-shirt came in. I
Yeah.
still got the box of cereal that is dumb spoiled right now. If I was to eat one
Hmm.
bit of the cereal, I'd probably die
Yeah.
from how old it is. And it just felt like respectfully, it felt like a lifetime achievement award just to get them to reset the title reign.
I mean,
Because this will
yeah,
be their 12th title reign.
they had to do something. They went turn heel, and they really haven't been
Yeah.
really doing nothing. So,
Yeah. Because a lot of people was confused when they won a title, they just took off running.
yeah.
And they so I guess that was the heel
Hmm.
tactics in them, the heel characters and that and hopefully that'll beef up the or shine some more light on the tag team division because
Shoot, ain't who else is on Raw in the tag team division?
yeah, good point. I don't
It ain't one.
good point.
It ain't one.
Good point. So that's
Shot.
why I was like, yeah, you gotta beef up the tag team division on that side. And a lot of people were calling for the Fatal 4-Way TLC or TLC tag match should
Oh,
have been on
oh, yeah, yeah,
night
yeah.
one. It should have got them. That's where it should have been. So
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to New Day.
yeah,
Yep.
shout out to New Day. I like I said, it was just and I like they said, I think the lack of the reaction, there was a lack of reaction in the fans. I think
Hmm.
that was just because of creative. Because they went into the they didn't really go into the tag team division with the lead in, so
Hmm.
I think that's why it was a lack of the reaction for that match as well. But I feel like they just because a lot of people was calling for Big E to come back and like help them lose or whatever, basically insert himself back into there. But I was like, nah, I think when he said he was done
Hmm.
for the most part.
Next match: Jade Cargill defeats Naomi. Got a.
Yeah, at first I kind of liked this match.
It was pretty decent, pretty straight.
Yeah.
Um, that move at the end where she had on the shoulders and then
Yeah.
just oh man,
Yeah.
she fell right on the neck. Oh, then she did what's the name of her move? I forgot the name.
It's the Beth Phoenix move, ain't it? Ain't it the old Beth
Right?
Phoenix move?
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it
It looked like it
right
hurt,
now.
man.
Yeah, it did because she went into it and like I said, but you could see her calling out some of her spots. She was, talking a lot to
Oh,
Naomi. You
I
can
ain't really
see,
noticed that.
Yeah, I could see her kind of,
Mm,
just setting it up and things of that nature. But it didn't take away from the match for me.
yeah,
It's just something I just always kind of look for now, just to see who's talking out. You don't ever take away from a match, for me. But I just like to see how they set it up. And I do, like you said, I like Naomi's presentation from the start, from her
mm.
gear. All of that was good,
She
and
got
I
new
did, like
music.
we said, yeah, the new music, like we did say, I did feel like leading up to the feud, they could have stopped going back and forth so much on Twitter, because it's like, or X or whatever you want to call it, because it
Hmm.
was like, all right, now we know y'all are cool. We come on now, you can't fool this one.
Yeah.
You can't fool this one over on us, but or me. That's how I was taking it, but surprisingly, I looked up this stat. They said this was the first non-title singles match between two women at WrestleMania since Tori Wilson battled Candice Michelle at WrestleMania 22.
Mm.
That was interesting just to know that.
It's a long
And
time.
it was two black women, of
Two
course.
black, two
So
black women,
shout out to that. So
two
trip
black
when
women.
I don't see color. Let me hush. Let me hush.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't see color, you see talent.
Let me hush.
Next match, Jacob Fatu defeats LA Knight, new
Yeah.
US champion.
Poor LA Knight, bro. Every time
Man, they be doing LA
those
Knight.
two,
Well,
yeah, those two guys were over. Both the crowd was cheering for both of those guys.
yeah,
Essentially, they were
yeah.
back and forth for that match. So
I put LA Knight on Raw or something.
at this point,
Yeah,
yeah,
man, because he'll get the title and lose it. He'll win it back, lose it. Like, come on, man.
yeah,
Yeah, but Jacob Fatu, he that guy, man.
yeah,
I think everybody seen this coming.
yeah. Like Big E said, everybody wanted Solo to be the guy,
Nah,
but Jacob just came in naturally and it just fit for him.
yeah. He came in and basically took over that whole bloodline, and everybody like,
Yeah,
man, like he's the one.
he's the
Solo ain't.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Put that rocket on him and strap him to the moon.
Yeah. Next match, El Grande Americano defeats Rey Fenix. He's filling in for Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got hurt on SmackDown. I
What
mean,
was it? Was it Rey Mysterio? Was it his knee or his ankle?
I'm
I
not
couldn't
sure.
tell. Yeah, I couldn't
I
tell.
didn't read the reports. I just seen that he got hurt, and
Yeah, I saw them. Yeah, the tweet. I mean, somebody said the tweet where they were helping him off to the back, but I couldn't tell if it was his ankle or his knee. So it looked like one of the two.
you can't beat Rey Fenix already, man. With this fake luchador, like, come on, man.
Why not? Yeah, elaborate.
It's just Rey Fenix. He's new. He's fresh. Oh, he came from AEW. He
Right.
just lose to Chad Gable in the mask. Let Dragon Lee lose. Like, come
Oh,
on,
I
man.
see you saying because of his name. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let
See what
Dragon
you're
Lee
saying.
lose. He been there. He ain't been doing nothing. Uh, yeah, I ain't like that. I mean, I like Chad Gable, but this
Right.
fake luchador, I don't like it.
Right.
I don't like
I didn't have a problem with it. I actually kind of like the whole thing. When he be like, a glass, yeah, such a
it.
that made me laugh every time. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry. That made me laugh every time.
Mm-mm. No, I don't like it. Next match, Tiffany Stratton beat Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, first things first, I will say this. She's let the future of the women's division beat her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She lost to Rhea, and now she lost to Tiffy.
Mm-hmm.
Was the match where I was like, it got a little sloppy, and they were they were doing a lot of standing around and calling out
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the spots. I did like the Barbie entrance. I did kind of
Yeah,
like that. That
yeah,
was dope.
yeah. Charlotte came in a Bentley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it started off hot. They was
Yeah.
like they were fighting for real, and Tiffany got a mark on her head, got a lip busted.
Everybody thought her teeth was everybody had thought her teeth was chipped because it looked like her teeth was chipped unless she just had something in her mouth that was, blocking her tooth like that.
I think it was just blood. Her lip was bleeding, so
Gotcha.
yeah, so I wonder what's next for Charlotte Flair. She gonna get a rematch or
Yeah, because I was,
Wonder.
and that was the other thing when when Tiffany Stratton kicked out a natural selection.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh yeah, Tiffy about to win now."
Yeah.
Right when I saw that.
Probably the right call because the fans really ain't trying to see Charlotte with the title.
Yeah,
Yep.
at
And
this time.
next match, main event. Seth Rollins beats CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, he's a Paul Heyman guy.
What, did I not call it? Did I not call it? I called it. I called it. At least I was trying to. After that pin happened, I was trying to go back to our episodes on YouTube. I was like, Ron, no, I said it. Where is it? I could not find it to save my. Like I was going to screen record it and post it and everything. I could not find it to save my life, but I called it. I called it. I said why? But that makes the most logical sense.
I mean, I guess.
Because we knew Roman wasn't gonna win.
See, I didn't know that.
Yes,
That's still Roman Reigns, you know.
True. I just felt like logically speaking, it was either gonna be CM Punk or Seth. But I knew the heel. But even before the last episode on Raw, when he said, "Now you owe me a favor," and I was like, "Oh, there!" I knew right when he said, "I said, oh, that solidified it right there. There it is. Seth is gonna win it. There it is right there. That's solidified right there." But I give him credit for doing what was that? Is that considered a triple turn or just a double turn?
Man, that
Did
was
Paul
all over
Heyman
the
do a
place.
double turn?
Man. But he handed CM Punk the chair and then
So it was
Roman.
triple turn then. Yeah, it was a triple turn then. Yep, triple turn.
Yeah.
Because the way it looked going into the match to me, the way it looked like it was whoever Paul Heyman helps was gonna win the match.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like, to me. Whoever he decided to help win or whatever. And I was just waiting for that moment. I was like, oh, well, here go to finish.
Mm-hmm.
I said, here go to finish. When Paul went and got that chair, I said, yep, this is gonna start the finish. So my favorite, I think, transition in the match was when Seth, he basically scooted back on the spear and turned it into the pedigree.
Oh yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
favorite part. And then when they did the three different finishers, and I think Seth got the stomp at the end. I like that. It was that little transition. Felt like the dang video game.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody got a finisher, and you go ahead and use everybody move.
Yeah. We'll see where that story goes. A lot of I seen a theory that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns gonna end up end up with The Rock and John Cena, and they're gonna have
I've been seeing that too. Yeah,
some kind of super group. I don't know.
I doubt that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll
I wouldn't
see.
be surprised. I would not be surprised, to be honest. I don't really like that, but
I don't know.
especially with, I'd rather it just be Seth. I'd rather it just be Seth
And Paul
with the
Heyman.
Wise Man and Paul Heyman. Now, to me, it essentially felt like the winner of that match, and talking with my guy Sheldon, he kind of alluded to it first, that this was technically unofficially the number one contender.
Number one, yeah.
Yeah, for whatever belt you
Could
would
be.
want it to be. You could say that it was the unofficial, because nothing was really on the line. It was just considered a grudge match, but
Yeah.
it felt like, this was essentially the number one contender, because the next person would get in line to face a belt. So which arc would you go? Would you have him face Jay? Because technically Seth is a heel now, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Logically, yeah, it's Jay.
Yeah. So it's Jay, because
Seth is on Raw. Yeah, Seth is on Raw. Yeah. So,
okay. Because I had him going against. I had it with Cody winning, and then Seth going after Cody for that belt.
That's what I had. Seth the Raw.
Well, then they ain't no, bro. It ain't no such thing as brand splits.
They did it. I mean, hey,
the jokers be on every episode. There ain't no such thing as no brand.
True.
They be here on both shows each week, so
that is true.
Yeah.
Well, looking ahead at night two, got about what
should have about 7.
3. Yeah, come on, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, should be 6 or 7 matches for this one.
So that they got listed. Randy Orton's open challenge. Spoiler
Go
alert.
with Nick
Spoiler
Aldis.
alert. Oh, I heard
There you
I'm
go.
hearing Rusev
I
or
did
Aleister
hear
Black.
I did hear that, but did you see Lana post that picture? They were on a road trip.
That's fake. The Rock put the same thing up. He in Hawaii. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that anymore. You got to come out with a new move. Jordan Grace did that when she.
Yeah, she was bad at it.
Yeah,
She
right.
was
Yeah.
real bad at it.
Nobody
Yeah.
believes that. So I think Nick Aldis is going to tease himself, and it'll be the return of Rusev.
Wow.
But
Wow.
ain't Rusev going to take the pin coming back night? The first night.
He gonna have to. What he thought this was?
Allegedly, he ain't like to lose in AEW. No, I want to do that. No,
Yeah,
I
well, he
want
ain't
to
got no choice now. You know how they get that
see.
all out the window when it's
I don't like that, man.
you know that's all out the window when they come back on the WWE.
I don't like that, man. But or since everybody's saying, "Oh, it's gonna be Rusev," it might be Aleister Black. They might try to, WWE like to. They claim they don't care about the internet, but yes, you do. Cause you do.
That I didn't like that.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't like that.
We don't bench people. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yes, they do.
Almost at almost where he at?
Yeah.
Where Andrade been at?
Did you see that clip of when they announced AAA? He was in the back.
That's a whole nother story there, boy.
Yeah, we'll get to that at the end. We'll get to that at the end.
Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a street fight. Drew McIntyre
I'm not really sold on that match.
Yeah. AJ Styles, Logan Paul.
I'm interested in that one. I'm gonna be interested in that one. Because I feel like they
probably gonna win.
Yeah, because I felt like they because I know that because the two I'm interested in is Io Sky, the women's triple threat, world championship triple threat, and then of course Cody and Cena, just to see whatever they do, and then Logan and AJ Styles. Those are the three that I was interested in.
Got another controversy. Something to look at later.
We do.
They took Bayley out of the women's tag team title match.
They do.
You see what Mercedes Moné posted on? Yeah, allegedly, a lot of people in the back are feeling sad for Bayley because they pulled his move, and allegedly, spoiler alert, Becky Lynch coming back.
That's what I was hearing too.
Man, you can't do Bayley like that, man.
And then the other thing I heard was, well, why would she even try to leave and go down a level and peg down a level at at an AEW type? I'm like, see, there we go. Yeah,
they getting paid over there. That's not a step down. What are y'all talking about, man?
You know how that goes. They
getting paid over there. He paying more than WWE with some people. Like that gotta.
Yeah. But you hate it, and they always say that's the business of wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was this fatal 4-way for the IC title? Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Penta, Dominic Mysterio. Braun Breaker probably gonna win.
Yeah, because I think them three gonna eliminate each other. Dom, Penta, and Finn. I already know Dom gonna get in the way of Finn. He gonna get in the way of Finn and cause them two to kind of beef, and then Penta probably will kick both of them, and then Dom probably will end up being like left and catching the spirit. Boy, if I get that right, bro, I'm playing the lottery.
Yeah.
Boy, if I get that finish right, I'm playing the lottery.
That sounds like something that'll happen.
Yeah, I'm playing the lottery if that happens. That joke was funny.
Women's World Championship, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. I think Bianca turned a heel because she been getting booed every week, and they probably saying, yeah, it's probably time.
Yeah.
You need to go heel, but is Io still going to win, though?
I think she is, and what it's going to end up being is Rhea and Bianca going to cancel each other out.
Yeah.
And she's going to come in and probably get like a move off and then end up getting the pin. She's going to get the pin.
Yeah.
Because I honestly do think they're setting up for Rhea and Bianca, because you can always say, because Rhea always said, well, I'm tired of blaming Bianca for me losing the title, but that's going to be the spawn of whatever rivalry that they start doing. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
that moment. Is that they're gonna refer back? They're always gonna refer back to that moment. Is that Rhea's always gonna feel like Bianca cheated her
Mm-hmm.
out of that title match when they had it, whatever they had on TV. So on Monday Night Raw. So that's what I feel like that's gonna be that.
And in the main event, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. What you thought about SmackDown and they promo back and forth? Cause they was booing Cody and Cody got him right back with him. That was Cody. Yeah, Cody was spitting on that.
Hey,
I gotta give it
cooking.
to him.
Hey, Cody was cooking. I ain't gonna lie.
Gotta
Cody
give
was
it to him.
cooking. He was cooking. I was like, okay. He said, and after all these years, you still can't
Yeah,
rap.
he still can't rap. I was like, oh. Yeah, Cody was
I
cooking.
said, all right, then, Cody, cook,
Yeah.
Cody. I see you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Cody.
I'm picking John Cena. The Rock showing up. Something
Damn,
happening.
you the second. My boy Sheldon said Cena
Yeah.
gonna win it.
Yeah, John
I
Cena
said,
winning.
what?
The Rock coming back. It's gonna be some big thing to end WrestleMania. Some big angle.
Yeah.
I don't know who else going to join the crew.
Right.
But yeah, I'm picking Cena and.
Because did you see they talked about, well, Ric Flair kind of came out and said nobody truly knows the official title reign.
Well, yeah, allegedly Ric Flair had like 21
Yeah.
actual world title wins, but those weren't counted because they weren't televised or whatever. But 17 is the number. That's what everybody.
Exactly. So that's what I think Rick tried to come out there and say that, you know, basically because since WWE trying to rewrite the history books, rewrite their history books. So
yeah, they don't care about Flair no more. They don't care about Ric Flair no more. You work with AEW. I won't care about you no more. Yeah, but I'm picking Cena. Cody done laid him out twice?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much Cena got to get some get back.
Yeah, you're right.
If Cena lose, what's the point of all this? Like, what's this? That don't make sense. I don't like the angle for how they laid all this out. Cena ain't been there. Their story is about the fans and all that. Whatever, man. I'm picking Cena. The Rock coming back. They're gonna do some big angle. They might have a crew. I don't know. Something gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the other bloodline all over again.
Yeah. Another big story. WWE buys AAA.
First big acquisition of a company since
nasty work.
WCW.
Nasty work. If you don't know, Stephanie Vakor had a kind of like a harassment charge against somebody in AAA.
Her ex-husband, something like that, right?
Yeah. I think he still works there. That's problematic.
Yeah, because then they said Conan said that she was faking.
That's another one. Conan, I done lost a lot of respect for Conan, man. Wow.
Is he the still head booker over there too? I heard I was reading on it. I think they were saying he was
like one of the head guys over there. Yeah, I think it's him and maybe somebody else, or he's just the head booker.
Right.
But Alberto Del Rio is their champion. That's another problematic. You can't use him on WWE TV. Like how's this gonna work?
Well, because I guess the biggest thing was they announced it for the Worlds Collide.
Worlds Collide. That was the whole thing. NXT versus NXT
versus AAA. So,
I mean, does anybody care? Like, they ain't really been doing that. Like, AAA been kind of like on the downward. Like, they ain't
that's
really.
That's what I heard. I
think
like that's what they kind of resurrected it by.
CMLL is the number one thing in Mexico.
That's what I was here too. Yeah.
As you said earlier, Andrade was looking like, man, I don't care nothing about this, man. I don't want to be here. Brother, come on back, man. Come on back. Just come on back to AEW, man. You shouldn't have left, man. You shouldn't have left. They got him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on SmackDown. Like, come on, man. Like, Hey man,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, they got
Yeah.
Worlds Collide, AAA versus NXT. Did you watch any of the NXT
I
Stand and
didn't.
Deliver?
I was asleep because I had to get ready to go drive. So I took
Okay.
my nap. So I missed all of the NXT stuff.
I had it on in the background. It was okay. Like I said, I'm
Right.
not really invested in NXT like that. I watched the Ricky Starks and Ethan Page match. It was pretty good.
I did see that on Twitter. They said that they kept going with the Tony fumbled chant.
Yeah, and again, you're not doing your NXT stars any favors because basically you're taking the shine away from them. You're giving it to Tony Khan, and Ricky Starks basically said that like, yeah, I appreciate it, but let's not knock anybody down. Let's kind of move
Right.
forward and
Right.
let's talk about what we're doing now. But once again, WrestleMania week, AEW is the number one topic
Yeah, they had
all
a
week.
WWE had a pretty bad PR week.
Second year in a row.
They had a
AEW.
bad. It was funny. Did you see the little clips? They bought the ad spaces at the airport, and
That's
they
what you're
had all
supposed
the
to do.
stuff.
That's what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do.
with the whole wrestling community there. Why not?
That's what you're supposed to
Why
do.
not? Why not do that?
Yep. That's what you're supposed to do. Would have did the same thing.
And
But
then you had the other PR stuff. Did you see the other? They had a bad PR week. Roman Reigns basically came out and said that
he said
in
he
a way he
supports
supports Trump.
he
Yeah,
yeah. He said he's a centrist or whatever he said.
yeah.
Triple H basically came out, yeah, Trump, yeah, I kind of respect him. He gets heat with the fan. What? Like, come on.
And CM Punk is the only one that's on the other side.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But
Because he
again,
always gonna speak out on that end.
then again, he was saying, "Oh, what you want me to quit my job?" Well, y'all are on here on Twitter, on Elon Musk Twitter, complaining about it. I mean, I guess he got a point, but
Yeah.
yeah. Then Nick Khan had some dismissive things to say about Tony Khan.
Yeah.
He don't even basically acknowledge him. He just say the billionaire son.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man. Like, then he said, you can basically bet that it's going to be a lot of AEW people coming over. Like, man, that's
When their contract is up. Yeah.
that's a bold statement.
Yeah. He's alluding to one, and apparently Mariah May is supposed to be the next
Oh
one
yeah.
at the end of August or end of between August and November. They're saying that she may be the
So
next one to come over.
the story is she told AEW that I'm not renewing when my contract's up, or basically that's what that
After
was.
that Tony Storm match.
So that's how they booked the show. They booked
After
it
that feud.
as booked it as the end, and she ain't been back. I mean, to me, that's kind of common sense. You don't want to be here. We're not gonna give you this light, this shine.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she's doing that trying to get more money or.
Yep, because she could have. The rumor was they could have negotiated for a 5-year deal, but she only ended up on a 2 to 3 year deal, or something like that. So,
Hey, maybe she
Who
leaves.
knows?
If she leaves, hey, she had a good
Yeah.
2-year run.
can't say she wasn't mistreated. Can't say that.
Yeah. Yeah, she
She
had
held the title for almost a year, so can't
and
say.
had
Yeah, can't
one
say.
of the biggest stories in wrestling with Tony Storm. I mean,
Yep.
hey, it is what it is.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people like Stephanie Vicor, she had that article, basically her story
That's
about coming over.
transparent. Yeah, that was very transparent. I respect that.
A lot of people they're not picking the money, they're picking.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my dream. A lot of people, WWE, that's my dream. Old school wrestlers like, nah, man, get paid. Forget all that dream and all that. A lot of people are leaning to, this is my dream. Even if I'm getting paid less, my dream is to go to
Yeah.
WWE. I mean,
And it might be because, like you said, WWE been around for so long now.
that's what it is. That's what a lot of people grew up on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And that's why it's always gonna feel like that. And like you said, if they took a note from Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, they would go take the money
Get
in
the
a
money.
heartbeat.
Get the money.
They gonna take the money in a heartbeat. especially with their because I don't even who would you if somebody even had that in their contract this year or now, who did you think which wrestlers do you think would have creative control in today's wrestling climate? And it could
When
be any brand.
I would hope nobody, because
Right.
that just leads to problems. Like, oh no, I don't want to lose. No,
Right.
I will hope nobody has it.
Right. But if we just for hypotheticals, if we had to, who would you say?
Roman Reigns.
I was about he was the first one to
Yeah,
come to my mind.
yeah.
I would say him. I probably say him, Cody, Seth. I say those top three, and then I want to say Punk, but I'm gonna leave him. I'll just say those three would have it. They would have the
I think
creative control.
I think they respect Cody, and as far as with his character and all that, they probably ask him, "Hey, what you want to do?" But I don't know if that's in his contract.
Yeah. That was I don't know if you put it in a letter in the language, but I feel like
Yeah.
coming back, like when he first came back,
I want to be presented a certain
yeah,
way.
yeah, and
Basically,
I
just
could,
my same presentation from over here. I want.
yeah, I can see that being, and essentially that is in a way that's creative control too. So I mean, in a way, in not a negative way, like
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan did, but in a positive way, that would be,
Oh yeah,
essentially some
yeah.
form of creative
Hogan ran the
control.
show in WCW. Basically, yeah, he was telling people
Yeah,
who gonna lose and who ain't losing. He was getting percentages off of people's
yeah,
merchandise. Like, man, like, yeah, I don't think anybody. Well, they try to say Mercedes has it, but
yeah. That was the other thing they tried to say she had it. Yeah.
somebody had like some slight.
Yeah, I can say yeah. She probably be the closest one
Yeah,
in AEW to it,
yeah, yeah. I don't see nobody else with it, but
and of course, like
yeah.
Kenny and the Bucks and probably Hangman just because they're the EVPs. So that's the only reason why I said they would get it because they're EVPs. They would have it on AEW side.
Speaking of AEW, man, they had a great Dynamite Wednesday.
Yeah,
That was probably like all timer there. Mercedes and Athena, that was dope.
that was a good match.
Will
Takeshita
Ospreay and
and
Takeshita,
yeah, boy, them jokers is there, boy. They cook every time they in the ring.
the Ops beat
Yep.
and everybody, yeah,
Cheer. Because Mox took the pin too. Everybody didn't think he would take the pin. Everybody's,
and that led storyline. Now Mox,
Yep.
I need to get my get back world title match. Samoa Joe Mox. See how that worked? Ain't no storyline. No, it's let stuff play out, man.
Exactly.
Um,
And
yeah,
Hobbs replaced Hook because Hook was hurt, right?
yeah, and that's a
Yeah.
perfect fit.
Yeah. Perfect fit.
Perfect fit.
And he was overdue for a title too, even though he had the FTW title. At least it's another
And he had the TNT for like a hot
NXT
second.
too. Yeah. So it add on to his belt collection.
Perfect fit. Perfect fit. I like that. Yeah, man. AEW been cooking, man. They had a live collision this past Thursday.
Which was smart. They knew not to go up
Oh yeah,
against
yeah.
to go up against night one, plus the NBA playoffs.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it
yeah.
made sense to go Thursday.
Yeah.
Just to get more eyes to watch it. Because it was gonna get overlapped, it's gonna get stuck in between night one and then the NBA playoffs. So it made sense.
Yeah. So if you're a wrestling fan, it's a lot of great wrestling going on. WWE fans, they were fine with WrestleMania, but hardcore wrestling fans, they really weren't feeling WrestleMania like that.
Yeah, I did see a mixed reaction. To a lot of people were,
Some people like in-ring
yeah,
wrestling and in-ring storytelling, all this
yeah,
cinema that they like to use in WWE.
Yeah.
I don't like. Some people like the in-ring actual wrestling
product, yeah.
Hey man, you know where to find it.
Yeah.
You know where to find it. But yeah, that's all I got. WrestleMania Night 2.
Here. We'll see
what happens.
We'll see what WrestleMania Night 2 cooks up. Like I said, I'm interested in those three matches. We're gonna see how it all plays out, and there, of course, everybody's gonna be ready for To see if The Rock coming back. More than
Yeah, he
likely,
coming
he
back.
coming back.
He
Yeah,
bringing
I'll be
Travis Scott with
surprised.
him.
Yeah,
And Cody gonna get his receipt. He gonna
yeah.
he gonna get him back. You know,
He gonna
slap
get
me in
him
the
back.
face on national TV. Oh yeah, you get him. Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna get his get back,
Yeah.
and we're gonna interested to see how the rest of the story plays out. And then we'll have the Monday night, the Raw after Monday night. Oh, I got an
Yeah.
insider story. So he kind of, I don't know if
Uh-oh.
you saw on the Discord. So
Uh-oh.
my boy was at the my boy was at the Hall of Fame. He
Uh-oh.
said, "Boy, when they trip got done, everybody was standing up, but they ran through the crowd to get out of there." And he said, "The what's name talent, they had to the NXT talent had to turn around and be at the arena at 5 a.m.
Oh
They didn't get to
man.
their hotels until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Shawn Michaels.
And they on West Coast time too, so that was." Because I only stayed up for the Luger Hall of Fame speech, and I fell asleep after Luger finished, and then I watched everything else yesterday morning, and then Liv and I don't know, was it Liv and Raquel? They went out.
I
They
see.
went out to
I
that
saw
club
that.
after that, but
I
they
saw
lucky they
that.
didn't. They lucky they match was Sunday, and I think that's why they did that because they lucky they match was Sunday and not Saturday. So if
Ooh,
they lucky
boy.
they match was Saturday, I mean it was today instead of
Mm-hmm.
yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So they got lucky on that. I'm pretty sure if you didn't have to be at the show, the arena
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, but I think he said like they at Allegiant Stadium they had to be there at like 9 in the morning after seeing after in his Triple H speech went about an hour and some change.
Ooh,
His speech went an
man.
hour and some
I just saw
change,
the I
and
just saw the highlights. I ain't stay up for that, man.
yeah, everybody was folding. Booker T was
Booker
asleep.
T was asleep. Jay Uso was asleep.
He said Becky was fading. Bianca was fading a couple times, but it was funny. I'd have been tired too because they
It,
said it started at 10 or
yep,
11
10:30, 11 o'clock.
on
Yep.
their time, and then they didn't get to their hotels till like 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m.
In the past, they had an issue of people leaving after a
Certain
certain
people's
time, and the
certain people's
crowd,
speeches.
they don't be nobody there. That's the new rule. Ain't nobody leaving. Y'all staying and show respect to,
And that building looked like it was a little bit smaller.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody that was in the crowd had to be looked like they were behind all the wrestlers.
Man.
Because it looked like all the talent, all the main roster talent was there. I couldn't tell if there was any NXT people there, but I saw that majority of the main roster talent was there when they did the camera pans and stuff. So I noticed Shane wasn't there. Shane wasn't at
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't at, and then of course Vince, Vince
Oh,
ain't gonna be.
yeah, and his name got brought up, and everybody,
Yeah.
oh, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like he said, that's my kid's grandfather. That's my wife's dad.
Yeah.
It's complicated. Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
and then the other part I missed about the PR thing with John Cena talking about his
John
love
Cena,
for
I love John. I mean,
his
I
love
love Vince.
for this man. For him, hey, he wouldn't be where he is without him. So of course, you're gonna have love for him.
Like Triple H said, it's complicated. That's real. That's real.
That is real.
That's real.
That is real. Because it's like I wouldn't be where I am without him. So it's like he's always gonna have, like you said, a loyalty. Like John Cena said, you're always gonna have a loyalty to somebody when they help you get to a place you thought you never get to. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like Triple H said, it's complicated. That's real.
It is.
That's my kid's grandfather. That's my wife's dad. Like,
yeah.
hey,
He's
man,
always gonna be there.
it's complicated, man.
And we talked about, we get into here, we talked about it. How would you feel if you're Vince now? Is like seeing all of this is year 2 of it going on without you, and it's like, man, I built all of this.
Oh, I know
and
he hates
now I
it.
have
He hates that.
be a part of it. Got
He's a proud man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my stuff. I built all that. That's me. That's my work.
Part of this barbecue, and it's the motherfucking things I get.
Yeah, yeah. That's yeah. Yeah. He probably he don't like none of that.
Yeah, he can't.
Hey man, it what it is.
It is what it is. It's the way of the world now.
Yeah.
Here we are.
All right, well that's it.
Yes, sir.
Till next week.
Till next week. Tight. Yeah, bro. We were talking about that. It was like, yeah, I started this barbecue.
Yeah.
And it's the things
Yeah.
we were cracking up about that yesterday. But yeah,
I
we're gonna
wonder
be
if
interested to see.
I wonder if Steen was in the back.
We talked about that too. I did wonder if he was in the back. And
It's rumors that WWE they didn't even ask could Steen even come because they probably already knew. Nah,
we're gonna need you. Last time we let y'all go, y'all dogged us out.
Yeah, he ain't fooling with us. We ain't even gonna ask.
Yeah, because he was at WrestleCon.
Right, he was.
And
I'm
assuming he was in, like I said, he was in town. Cause they said yesterday, I think he did the red and black.
Yeah, he was red and black. They
face
said
paint.
for the last time, red and black. Steen.
That was dope.
Yeah, they probably. Yeah, we ain't even gonna ask.
Facts.
I'm
gonna need some bread. I'm gonna need some, you're gonna pay me.
Yeah, I need Steen come out with an AEW shirt, some money, get somebody on our show, something. We get something, and then none of that was gonna happen, man.
None of that was gonna happen.
Oh man,
gotcha.